Hello and welcome to us.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Hi, by Karma Cards here. We've got
I'm
Dross.
and Sci-Fi. We keep changing our names. And a playmat. Hey! And I
Yay.
keep remembering people can't see me doing the hand actions. We're here to do a special video because next weekend is the pre-release of Opus 4 for Final Fantasy TCG, which is not a dead game.
not dead.
Whoever keeps saying that will be dead. It's actually World Championships right now for Final Fantasy TCG, and pretty much all I can gather from it is memes. People just keep making memes of it.
Ah.
Not actual any like, oh, how are people doing? It's just memes.
I want to know statistics, what decks are playing, you know.
There's also packs unleashed for L5R this weekend, and it's meant to be an absolute cluster. Moogle.
Yeah, that's just not going well for our just yet.
Yeah. Anyway, we're doing a
We're
top.
here to talk about Final Fantasy.
Yes, we're here to do a top 10 countdown. I play the most out of us three, followed by Lee and Anth.
Yeah.
The goddamn Tomo, who unfortunately isn't here for other reasons. He's here with spirit because it's influenced the choices we've made.
Yes.
So without further ado, we're going to do a top 10 countdown.
Yeah.
And I've missed my joke bit because I was going to get Lightning, put her on down first, to go, what the hell's that? Get out of here. just to trigger somebody. So at number 10, we have the Banana Boob Maria. Sorry, I'm actually generally having a closer look at the banana.
Yeah.
Never
Maria's
noticed it.
always good.
Yeah, Maria's a good choice, good solid choice for pretty much any deck, knowing that she buffs anybody up.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like banana boobs?
I'm not really a boob man. So
Are you going to say no to the banana boob?
I'm never going to say no to boobs at all.
Exactly. So, but yeah, Maria, she's a solid choice. She can't be picked by archers and things like that. She buffs everybody while she's on the field. Coupled with some of the other boosters out there, she can make guys quite ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Not really anything else really to say about Maria. She's a good solid choice in a 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 9. Gilgamesh.
Yes. Is that all the Gilgameshes? Or just that one particular?
It was hard to narrow it down to single one, but I think this one out of the three, they've all got their bonuses. Like there's the
Secret Sword.
Stranger Sword, I think it is.
Stranger Sword, yeah.
Something like that. Where he's brave and he's got the ability to break people, but it is all relying on you having a forward on top of your deck.
Yeah.
There are ways of stacking those odds in your favour, like what's it called? Geomancer, the backup.
Yeah.
Where you can look at your top deck. If you don't like it, you can put it at the bottom. So you can pretty much stack it in your favour.
His Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Gilgamesh.
Yeah, it was 2 attacks a turn, which Bart's has stolen the thing of now. But this one, I've chosen it.
Barts.
Yeah, Bart has a little job, so how can you not like him? He's got the job that suits you.
Yep.
And this one I've chosen because he can't be returned to your hand by like Leviathan.
Yeah.
So he's always on the field. He can boost his own power up by paying 2 lightning.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he's got the ability to break anything in the game if you've taken 4 points of damage on. So personally, for 4 cost, the only real way of getting rid of Gilgamesh is to burn him off the field or to break him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you got ways of stopping that, like one of the other cards we've got coming up in a second, then he's an absolute pain.
Yeah.
I've seen people win entire games with just him.
Yeah, he's a good solid player.
And I've seen people machine gun entire bloody front lines with a bloody thing. Not that that's happened to me. But yeah, Gilgamesh, solid in at number 9.
Yeah.
And look at that face. Look at it. Oh yes.
Only a mother would love that face. Even then.
I don't know. He's got 6 hands. He can like please multiple people.
If you're pleasing your mother with 6 arms, then really.
I'm sure there's a psychological term for that, isn't there? A Phidias complex or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 7. Everybody's favourite, Warrior of Light. It was a toss-up between 2 Warriors of Lights, actually. This one and the Fire one.
I like this one better because he makes standard unit decks good.
Yeah.
He really buffs well with Bart's, the man who has all the jobs.
Yeah.
And Maria, because you're running wind anyway.
In later sets, he also buffs really well with Edge, who buffs ninjas, who are standard units.
Yeah.
Um,
Same with monks though as well.
yes, yeah. So with Yang and Ursula is pretty good. And of course, with the later sets where you've got cards like Hashmal, who pretty much goes, boom, everybody's a standard unit. Guess you didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
The only issue with Warrior of Light is as soon as you play him onto the field, he has a massive bullseye on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not immune to summons or
Abilities.
Yeah. So you need somebody to take the hits for him.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of cards out there in water actually that can take hits for him.
Yeah. There's also things that Cecil, who draws summons onto him. There's cards like Carbuncle, who just stops summons.
Yeah.
There's plenty of ways of protecting him. But if your opponent also has ways of just getting around him,
Then
Yeah.
For example, 7 from Opus 3, who just goes straight under him.
Yeah.
I admit you then have to deal with all of his little snakeheads. Yeah. But the thing is, there's a card which hopefully we'll get to when we do our Opus 3 video over this, Machina, who just wipes boards, and then Warrior of Light just goes, shit.
Yeah, but you know, as we'll show later on, board wiping is the ultimate power.
Yes, we will actually. So anyway, Warrior of Light, solid choice. He's still relevant, I think. As you've got more standard units, he's become better, I think.
Well, you can splash him into anything, like we said, monks, knights.
Funny you should say was sorry,
Dragoons.
Dragoons. Funny you should say splash them into anything, because I'm going to talk about the next card on our list. Allows you to splash anything into ice. Devout. You can include cards in your deck which are completely out of colour and still have the chance of getting them out. It's a solid choice. The only downside to it is if someone has a way of stopping you using tap abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or of course if people remove things from the game, so like Heroic Una and oh god, I keep forgetting Tentacle Wizard's name. Enos?
Could be.
Yeah. Tentacle Wizard. Opus 3.
He's shut down by is it the Emperor?
He is shut down by the Emperor, yeah.
Yeah.
That's because the Emperor is a massive villain. Really.
No, he just stops our abilities.
He stops everything.
He stops it. He does stop everything. He is an absolute. The amount of times I've played against the Emperor, you've been using the Emperor, and someone's put down Vivi, and I'm just going, why have you done that? But anyway, yeah, the Devout. We're getting a little bit off track, really. Devout, really solid. Allows you to risk blocking with something like, say, Opus 2 Renoa.
Yeah.
Dull everybody, then you tap the Devout, bring her back. And of course, it can be out of colour, so you can work up some nasty little combos like Alcid, bringing Alcid, and then bringing out something else for free. The only downside to it, again, well, the other downside to it is you can only do it on your turn, so you have to like preempt things happening, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, Devout, solid, easy, nice and simple.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, that's the noise I make every time she comes on screen. My waifu, Ultimecia, at number 5. No, number 6, sorry. Number 6.
Number 6.
And actually, she's been beaten to number 5 by something that's actually going to make me laugh. But side boob. Who can complain about side boob?
Yeah.
Look at those claws.
That's going to make a mess of your back.
Just the way I like it, ladies. Can't see me doing the hand actions again. We are getting distracted again.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the actual art. Ultimecia, I am disgusted that there's not a second Ultimecia.
That's the major issue. The fact that there isn't any more Ultramecias, which means that you're only ever going to have 2 more of in your deck to play that S ability.
True, there are ways of returning cards to your hand.
That is true.
Ultimecia, her ability, it hinders you, but it screws your opponent over. Because hopefully you've built a deck around her ability, or at least taken her ability into mind. So when a forward enters the field, yours or your opponent's comes in dull. That includes Guy. Screw you, Guy, because you got no abilities when you come from hand. So
yes,
she completely slows down the game. She lets you play how you want, and then her ability frees all forwards other than Ultimecia.
Yeah.
You very rarely get it off. That's what she said. But if you do, and it's amazing, it can completely cripple people.
And it can win the game.
It can.
I suppose if you play her on the field and you've got ways to tap your own forwards, untap your own forwards as
Yes, like Ash from Opus 2,
Yeah.
Astrologian from Opus 2,
Yeah.
Fairy, Sylph. There's plenty of ways of doing it.
and tapping your own troops so you can get them down.
Yeah. If your guys are brave as well, then you don't have to worry about her ability. The only thing I keep doing, because I get overexcited sometimes when I have Ultimecia in my hand, it's a problem. I tend to play Ultimecia on the field and then something else and then go, should have done it the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like her. I look forward to there being more of her. And I actually just really like that art as well.
Nothing to say. Good
Yeah,
card.
that's pretty much it, isn't it?
God.
And then number 5, cue the hate.
Oh.
But it's the best card.
It's that boy, Katzie.
Yeah.
Or Katzie, as some people pronounce it. It's actually, you know what, in our top 10, that's the only EX burst, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. That's probably going to garner some hatred.
Well, that's the it's an EX burst.
Yep.
So it's always valid. When it comes into its field, it's pretty much always valid.
Yep.
So it dulls one of your opponent's forwards.
Yep.
And it doesn't target. It can target any forward. So you can pick your biggest threat and tap it.
Yep.
Cheap.
It is very cheap.
Yeah, you can play it from your hand for one.
If you can give him haste, he can win games, which I love doing. Oh, if you've got one damage left and one defender, Katzie, haste.
Exactly. Just it's a really good include in most decks.
Yeah, in Mono Lightning or Lightning Ice, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is solid.
He is solid.
Yeah.
It's a cat on a giant, whatever the fuck that is.
I think it's a big fat Moogle.
It is, yeah.
Well, it's got bat wings though.
Yeah, Moogles have wings.
Moogles have bat wings.
Yeah, I thought they had not bat wings though.
Yeah, they little purple bat wings.
Yeah, well, the Opus 2 ones are like all have little bat wings.
Okay.
Okay.
For some silly reason, I always thought their wings were much more avian rather than.
I think it depends on which Final Fantasy
yeah.
universe you're in, but the majority are little battery wings.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm rarely in this universe anyway. So.
Okay, well, Katzie, enough said really about him. One
Yeah.
cost, easy drop, easy EX burst. He's just simple, and what he does, he can win you games, he can slow your enemy down.
Can save your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's that boy, Katzie.
Yeah.
And now, okay, I just want to point this out here. I'm putting foils down now, not because I'm trying to show off, but because I don't own any of the non-foils for these cards.
That's kind of showing off, isn't it? Really?
There's a little bit.
Oh, I don't have any non-foils.
I definitely don't for this card because I actually went out of my way to foil him out. But anyway, number 4 is the Tidmouse.
Tidmouse.
Tidmouse. He's like Danger Mouse, but he's got pecs.
And side boob.
He does.
So he gets buffed for every forward that's not him, and Blitzes can win you games.
And just make your opponent rage quit from the game completely.
Yeah.
The goddamn Toro can attest to this because he made a Scottish guy quit the game.
Of course, if you've got Kate Sith in your deck and one of your first damage points is a Kate Sith,
Yes.
kind of makes Titus completely redundant.
To be honest,
which is why Kate Sith's in the include.
Yeah. Titus is this high on the list. He's included in the list quite literally because of the buff he gives himself.
Yeah.
He can get to stupid power just by himself. There are ways of giving him brave, excluding Blitzes, obviously.
Yeah.
He can just be an absolute bugger of a blocker, a bugger of an attacker.
Yep.
He's got that S ability to just completely screw you over because there's 2 other Tituses in Opus 1. No others since, thankfully.
Yeah.
So that's pretty ridiculous. There's just so many good things that Titus can do.
Yeah.
And the only downside to him is if you put him on the field, again, he gets a target painted on him.
Yeah.
And he's not immune to summons.
He's not immune to summons.
So you have to put him through a Cecil to protect him.
Yeah, or some way of stopping summons, or
hope that you've got 2 Tituses and a red mage to give him haste.
yeah. The amount of times
hit once.
Yeah.
One turn.
The best way that I've seen him used is quite literally, well, before Opus 3, because there's a stupid way of using him in Opus 3, but the best way I've seen him is play him onto the field when your opponent has little to no cards in hand. Hashmal him, not Hashmal, Belius the Gigas to give him haste and first strike and all that mark. Blitz ace him, and then go for the kill and hope your opponent doesn't have anything in their hand to stop you.
Or anything EX burst wise that will shut you down.
Yeah. Like you said, he's not immune to summon, so Leviathan completely screws him over. Or the Corruptor. The one where if you choose an attacking forward and break it.
Yeah, that one.
I'm terrible with names, guys.
It's fine.
I'm playing L5R and I'm just looking at... I actually studied Japanese culture for absolutely ages, and I'm looking at these Japanese sounding names and I'm like... Anyway, Blitz Ace.
I just like pronouncing them wrong.
What, just to annoy your trigger your opponent?
Yeah, anything, you know. Good. Psychological warfare wins every time.
Titus, nice solid card.
Yep.
And now, the card that I quite literally think changes how the game plays, and that's why he's so high on the list.
Yes, I agree.
And he's not to include for water.
He's not good for a lot of decks.
Yeah.
But he makes Titus even better because it means you can't. Yeah, because if he's on the field, you can't ping away little bits of damage, which is what Fire likes to do.
Yeah. The only thing is, the amount of games I've played, and you go, I will pay 3 to play Minwoo, and every time I do that, I feel like I have to go Minwoo. Okay, you got it. Minwoo's right here, right? Then 3 turns later, they'll go, I'll do 6,000 damage, then I'll do 6,000 damage. Like, no, you won't, because Minwoo, right here.
Yeah.
I know it completely changes how the mechanics of the game plays, which is why he's so high on the list. But once you tell your opponent that Minwoo's on the board, they should adapt to it.
Yes.
Yeah, but people don't.
No, they don't.
No. They just get blindsided and they go, I've got this card, oh my god, I need to play this card! No.
Yeah. It's sort of like Ash, which we'll get to in actually the Opus 2 video. Playing Ash onto the board and then going, I've got Ash here. If you target her with an ability, she gains 3,000 power. Alright, I'll Sid. Okay, I'll Onion Knight to kill her. No, you won't, because you target her with 2 abilities, so she gets plus 6,000 power.
Yes.
Oh, and Minwoo's here as well, by the way.
Yeah, Minwoo's here.
Thank you.
So any damage you do is that's less than her power is reduced to 0.
Yes.
So you can't ping her off the board with
Nope.
little bits of damage.
Nope. You essentially need to break her, and even then I've managed to stop people from breaking her because I've had ways of stopping.
Yeah.
But anyway, Minwoo pretty much does what he says on the tin. If you don't do enough damage to kill something, you don't do any damage.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. He is the Arab savior, as someone has said.
Yep.
And he's got a number 7 on his shield thing.
Isn't it a question mark?
Who could say?
I think it's meant to be something completely different from whatever we're saying.
It could even be like a dragon or a serpent or something.
Could be his penis.
That's
He may need to go see the doctor, but
It's a weird place to put it.
that's what she said.
There are no weird places to put it.
Well, maybe a blender. Anyway, Minwoo. And moving on to number 2, and people might think why he's not number 1, but you'll probably find out. He is the ever prominent flashy Cloud.
Yep.
There's a little bit of glare here, but it doesn't really matter, does it? But,
No.
But yeah, what can we say about this guy?
He's a good forecast.
I thought we were just going to sit here in silence for like 10 seconds.
No.
On to the next one.
He's a good forecast.
Yep.
He's brave.
Yep.
He has 2 really nice S abilities.
Yep. And there's so many clouds to bin. You can just build an entire deck.
With clouds in.
Yeah. And there's a new cloud coming out in the new set, which is brilliant as well. And on top of that as well, there are now ways of just buffing him even higher. For example, Zack. Freaking Zack. The new 5+ Zack from Opus 3, he breaks, you search for a cloud. Put him into your hand, put him onto the field. No losing there.
Nope.
Yeah.
His 2 abilities, one just breaks a forward, regardless of what it is.
Always good.
Except for there is obviously there is the one that he can't break, but that's neither here nor there.
No.
He's got his little ability that just kills weebs.
Yeah.
4,000 damage to everything.
Yeah.
Couple that up with something like Veil 4 to do another 2,000 damage.
As long as your opponent's not running Minwoo.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
If your opponent's running Minwoo, just break the thing.
Yep. You're right there, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I'm just getting comfortable.
Alright, I thought you were like shivering. Anyway,
No.
the other thing that I want to mention about this card is, and with one or two of the other cards which we probably didn't mention, the art's gorgeous.
It is nice art.
Yeah. And it's a foil that actually looks like a foil, unlike some of the ones that we haven't actually included.
Yeah, a deer. But that's Opus 2.
That is Opus 2, yeah.
Seafood? That's Opus 2, is it?
You're thinking about Snow, aren't you? Starter set Snow.
I'm thinking about him as well. Yeah.
But anyway, enough said about Cloud. Really, he's solid. He's a solid guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy who steals other people's memories.
And swords.
And swords. Actually, well, he got gifted it, really, didn't he? And then decided it was actually his.
Yeah.
Actually, my favourite deck of Opus 3 has been the Buster Sword Legacy, where it is Angeal, Zac, and Cloud.
Angeal. Anyway.
And Angeal Penance, just so you could do stupid things like I'll Meteor Rain and then attack with Angeal Penance and kill that guy over there.
Yeah, no, that's awful.
And the last card, number 1, with a vengeance, is you guys. No lies. Shantou!
Yes. I love this card.
Yeah, the amount of times I have completely screwed people over with this card.
The amount of times she's got me out of serious trouble
Mm-hmm.
against a completely developed board.
Yes.
And it's the fact that they're removed from the game rather than into discard.
Yeah. For example, Warrior of Light, Weeb deck, 10 forwards. Titus, 10 forwards. Shantou.
Yep. And there's no devouting them back. So
Yep.
they're all going to be taken from the game.
And until Opus 3, there was no way you could stop it. No way. Except for maybe Veil 4 and you guys back to your hand.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
And the advantage, I mean, the other advantage is when she's on the bench, she's great in splash decks because she taps for any kind of CP.
Yes. And Opus 3, Kefka, you need... Is it how... Yes. If Kefka's on the field and you've only got Shantou out, Kefka has all 5 of his elements to be his Uber self.
Yeah.
So, and she's brilliant. And with Opus 4 coming out and the new Shantou, which is ridiculous. She just... I generally am just going to run a deck which is going to be Shantou and Preesh. Because there's a new Preesh.
Yes, I've seen that as well.
Yeah, so there's 2 Shantous, 3 Preeshes. And my current deck of choice is my Living Death deck, where pretty much it's just Preesh and Scar Miglione. And if I can add more Preesh to that, all the better.
Not for us.
But yeah, Shantou, nice solid. I don't really... She's a bit costly, but her ability just makes it worth it.
Yeah, she'll get out of the pinch.
Yeah, she's the other high-cost card of Opus 1, which is Sephiroth. Not worth 8. 6 maybe, not 8.
No.
Shantou, brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing really else to say about it, apart from those rosy cheeks. Oh, she's so cute. And I think I can say that because I'm sure she's like 500 years old or something.
Yeah.
I
don't know either.
No.
It's 11, isn't it? Yeah, I haven't played 11 in absolutely ages.
I never touched it.
That's what she said. Hey! And a special feature, we have 3 cards here from Opus 1 which probably deserve more love. Let's see if I can fit them all on. So we're just going to do a quick talk about these guys. They're the Forgotten Heroes of Opus 1, I think.
Well, you like your mill decks. Sid is the key card in the mill deck.
Yeah, but Mill hasn't really taken off as much as I would like.
Well, I think there's still a lot of rush decks out there.
Yeah.
And not a lot of way to slow them down enough that you can mill.
Yeah. But Sid's brilliant. He's a blocker. He can stop people from attacking because if he kills something, they mill 2 cards.
Yep.
Yeah.
He can also sacrifice a copy of himself to mill 2 cards. So if you time it right, block, tap, you can mill 4 cards.
Plus, you're probably going to be running Maria anyway because he's when.
In my mill deck, which has Sid in, I don't.
Really?
No, my entire shtick isn't about blocking and attacking and stuff like that. It's quite literally
just milling.
Yeah.
So that's thieves and. Yeah.
But a good one. Opus 2 introduced a card called Rauban, which might be in the next one. You don't know.
Quite probably.
Yeah. But if you play Rauban while Sid's on the field, Sid is counted as doing the damage, so his effect goes into effect.
So you can double up on his effect.
Yep.
Because you can Rauban and then you can use Sid's action.
Yep.
To mill more.
Yep.
So hopefully there's gonna be some more mill love.
Oh my god! If I managed to stick Tamarin, I could block with him. Tamarin Rauban, then sacrifice one, mill 6 cards in one go.
Yeah.
Which is some serious mill damage.
Yeah. Kefka. He was very prominent in Opus 1. I think obviously because the card pool wasn't massive.
No.
Yeah.
He's sort of dropped off lately, but I still think he's brilliant.
It's still a good play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Opus 3 and the WRO officer, where you put one of your backups into the break zone, your officer can't be broken during that turn.
Yes.
Him and Kefka, I don't see why people aren't using that.
No. WRO is quite a lot of Earth, aren't
they? They're all there.
They're all there.
Yeah. And they all get bonuses for Vincent being on the field as well. Oh, well, one of them gets a bonus for Vincent being on the field, I think.
Yeah. Why would you not run Vincent? There's some very nice Vincents out there.
There are. There's one on the corner, I think he does anything for £10.
Excellent. I'll be back shortly.
Just come back with like a human heart. It was only £10. And last but not least, Kefka's pretty much, you tap him, you give something 5,000 power? Yep. And it breaks at the end of the turn, which is a decent sacrifice if you're using a weeb. If you're using like a monk.
Yeah. But there's a couple of cards out there that have break effects as well.
There are, yeah.
That you can when they're broken, they have effects and you can Kefka them and get their effect off as well.
Prime example, Opus 1 Golbez.
Yeah.
Opus 1 Golbez is not in this because he's very prominent for a while in our local meta until people realised that if we removed him from play, he was shite. He just stopped. For example, I think I led the charge with this. 5-cost Una. I just kept playing every time. I used to keep her in hand, knowing that somebody in our local meta or 1 or 2 people were using Golbez. Go, Golbez! Una. Enjoy. Or if they played Kefka first, or something, or if I knew they had Deleter in hand, I would put Una down first, not targeting Golbez, and then just wait for them to try and break him and go, is he removed from game?
Yeah.
And the reason Una's not on this list is because you have to say when people are killed that they're removed from game. It's not an auto ability. You have to choose in the wording. So you have to, every time something dies, you have to say it's removed from game.
Yeah, and any ability like that, you're bound to forget when you're too busy trying to cope with the game itself.
Yes. And last but not least, Joseph. Because it's Joseph Joestar. Oh my god, I need to get a permanent marker and draw a Joseph Joestar like haircut on him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, monsieur. I don't know what that was.
Neither do I.
But
I'm going with it.
4-cost Brave.
Yep.
8,000 power. And his ability, put him into the break zone, choose 1 blocking forward, it cannot be broken this turn. So, if you had, for example, you had Sid Highwind and Joseph on the field. You tap Joseph. Sid now is unbreakable.
Yeah. You choose another forward, Kefka it, and tap Joseph.
Yep.
Now whatever Kefka's buffed doesn't get broken at the end of the turn.
Yep. The other thing as well is, obviously, you have to put Joseph into the break zone for his ability, but as we covered earlier, there's the brilliant thing called the Devout.
Yep.
So, any ending thoughts, guys?
I think it was a good spread of cards. I think there's some there that people will disagree with, which is fine.
Disagree with my...
but I think people can't deny the cards we've chosen as being solid cards from Opus 1.
Yeah. And I really wish we had like a reaction cam so we could just see Ant just sort of nodding there in the back.
Yeah,
I like that.
We made a decision not to include our faces in this.
for now. It's until the masks are ready.
I'll need quite a big one.
Your beard is your mask. I wish I could grow a lumberjack beard.
One day, young Padawan. One day.
I'm older than you! Anyway, guys, this is Bad Karma Cards signing off. Stay tuned for Opus 2! Woo!
I just can't see the hand wave.
No, they can't.